Hey guys, it's Vinny.
And this is Joe.
These are our top 3 moments for Super Episode 101. Top moment number 1, the androids. We like the fact that we saw androids 17 and 18 finally teaming up. It was like, once again, it was like back to the past. The 2 androids getting together, and not only did they team up, but they did a really good job. I mean, they totally took it to the Pride Troopers in their battle.
Yeah, it was great to actually see the 2 interact with each other. It did really reminisce back into the Android saga for me, and also the Trunks special episode where they're just like interacting and talking to each other as they're fighting. It's just like a nice throwback, and they did such a great job.
I loved it, and it showed that they really do. They're more powerful than maybe even we realized. Like they're the top of the top here. They might be in the top, 10 or 15 of all of the universes, possibly, especially the way they were fighting the Pride Troopers. Unfortunately, and sort of on a downer, there's some indication here, I think, in my mind, that we've seen them now fight and do a really good job. They might be one of the next on the chopping block on my mind. I know that's not really a part of the top moments, but sort of an indication. I think they might be one of the next that we see fall out possibly.
Definitely keep an eye on them.
So keep an eye on the androids. They might not be there as long as we might think they would be, especially after they were so involved this last episode. But that was top moment number 1. Top moment number 2 was Kale having perfect control over her transformed state, her transformed Super Saiyan state. That ended up being a top moment for a lot of reasons. Obviously, now she doesn't have perfect control because she did run out of energy really quickly and all that other stuff. But she now at least has actual control of it. She's not like a berserker, as we saw in the episode. She can kind of think and be aware of herself in this form.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a nice character development a little bit here with her, because really all we're seeing before was just a lot of whining or just out of control. There really is such weird stuff going on with her. It's finally good to actually see her being able to contribute on her own.
Right. I mean, we do think that it might be a little quick that this is all happening. I mean, like, within minutes, she has control of this form. I mean, something that probably should take weeks, months, or years, she's gotten control of it in minutes. So it's a little coincidental. It's a little quick. It's a little fast story writing. But it is a top moment. I mean, she now has control of this form. And it probably, there might be some indication that her and Caulifla will get a little bit more involved with the other Saiyans from Universe 7, possibly form a sort of a friendship or relationship, which wouldn't have previously been able to happen if she stayed in Berserker.
Yeah.
So that was definitely a top moment. Top moment number 3 was really what happened with the Pride Troopers, and we want to wrap this around in that Jiren and Toppo essentially abandoned and allowed 5 of their team members to die, and the fact that those 5 team members died, or not died, but were eliminated. So we wanted to highlight this as a top moment here. Kind of everything all wrapped up in one.
Yeah, because, I mean, the Pride Troopers have been a big part of this whole thing. We were really looking forward to them. And, I mean, it was actually a pretty cool show with them a little bit here. But for all of them to be eliminated, it is definitely a top moment. It's just like, this was the main thing of the episode that we saw.
I mean, I had to tell you, though, it was a little bit of a relief for me because I'm like, oh, you got Toppo, you got Jiren, all these other guys, they could be really strong. And it's like 5 of them are gone. It's like, okay, at least, you don't got to deal with all of these people, So it's a little bit of a relief in a sense to see it happen. But, I mean, how can Jiren and Toppo, allow this to... I mean, they didn't even keep an eye on their team members. Nothing. They weren't sensing them or anything like that. All 5 of them went down without any sort of... interference or movement by Toppo or Jiren, which is a little strange in itself. So that whole thing is definitely top moment number 3. And we wanted to throw this out there as like an honorary mention or an honorary moment.
Which was that, once again, the stage has taken out another person. Right now, this stage, we talked about before, is just supposed to be the strongest material out there, and it has now, I think, eliminated 3 or 4 people by falling apart and allowing people to fall off the stage. So I had to mention it because it's not a top moment, but it's something that we talked about before, and I just feel like we should be showing it again.
I mean, how many times are we going to see somebody get blasted and then stop short of falling off? It's like they did what they were supposed to do. They stopped from falling off. And then the stage just crumbles around them. I mean, this last episode in 101, it was one of the guys from Universe 11.
Yep.
And all he did was go backwards. He didn't put any down pressure on the platform. He didn't blast the platform, nothing like that. He was just like holding his feet and going backwards, and then he stopped himself at the end of the platform. And the platform cracked and crumbled around him. The strongest material known for the god's existence that they put the platform out of, and it crumbled around him. Guys, the platform has eliminated maybe more people than any fighter has eliminated. The platform alone is winning this thing. That needed to be an honorable mention here, an honorable top moment. Not a part of the Canon 3 that we do, but we had to mention it to you guys. So we hope you enjoyed this one. It's Vinny.
And this is Joe.
Until next time.